to sort out everything meteorological. Let's get to Kathy Saban and away from me.
Hi, you're doing a great job.
I don't know about that.
Well, you are nothing if not entertaining.
There you go.
And you know just enough to be dangerous.
That's scary for everybody.
Yeah, what a fun day, right? Nice and cool. Some beneficial rain showers coming in tonight, and maybe another dusting of snow above 11,000 feet with a second cool front coming in overnight this evening. Outside right now, the air quality is not great. There's still smoke and haze in the air, but we've certainly seen worse. And the beneficial showers coming out of these thunderstorms certainly helping us a lot. We have 70s outside right now. We'll drop into the 60s after 9 o'clock. And up over the Continental Divide, there have been a few light showers there. DIA coming in at 78, humidity 29%, winds northwest at 10. Calm winds, partly sunny in the 9 News backyard outside the studios. Really a lovely afternoon, a nice way to say goodbye to August. And as we check the temperature trend today, DIA has just jumped to 81. Look at these numbers, a far cry from the average actually. We're running cooler than average for a change, something I haven't been able to say in weeks. And the number of 90-degree days for the month of August is 26. Right now our total of days 68, so we're in second place for just one of the warmest summers on record. Don't have to tell you that. Fire managers are excited about the rain coming in, the wind and the lightning not so much, and these showers are not holding together terribly well as they migrate from west to east along the Front Range foothills, but there is the chance we'll see a shower in Denver between now and 8, and then a second round coming in between 9 and midnight, and we need it. Not just Colorado, but much of the west and southwest dealing with extreme drought conditions and high fire danger, as if you didn't know that. So a change in the pattern that will bring this beneficial moisture in is welcome. First front coming through, second one comes in overnight, and then high pressure sets back up again. So we see the chance for showers again between now and about 8 o'clock. Then a second round coming off the foothills, moving across the eastern plains around midnight. And it's cold enough above 11,000 feet. There may be a light dusting of snow. Then we go mostly sunny tomorrow, and temperatures will be colder in the high country. Notice up in Wyoming, Rawlings at 35 tonight, the same in Steamboat, 44 Gunnison, and 41 the low in Winter Park. Up and down the Front Range, lows 50 to 55 degrees. That's good sleeping weather. Tomorrow, upper 70s in Denver. Much of eastern Colorado and the Front Range enjoying cooler than average readings, but probably just for one day. 60s in the mountains and foothills. Evergreen at 65 tomorrow. Idaho Springs at 57, and Lyons coming in at 73 on Tuesday. In Denver for tonight, partly cloudy, chance for a few showers this evening, and then clearing out, our low at 51. We do see some sunshine by mid-morning with temperatures in the 60s, so sweatshirt for kiddos that may be heading out to school tomorrow. Won't need it by the afternoon with highs close to 80. A dry day, a sunny day, and temperatures start to warm midweek, close to 90 Wednesday. Cool front takes us back down Thursday, back close to 90 Friday and Saturday, and then a whole lot cooler for Sunday and for Monday. Monday, the holiday, Labor Day, of course. So if you're out adventuring this week or this weekend, don't forget to send me your pictures. Let me know if you see snow or, well, anything else interesting. I do love to hear from you. And right now in the backyard, you guys, it is, Ryan, it's just beautiful out here. Usually I'm out here and the smoke kind of gets you and you're like,
yeah,
oh,
right.
Don't cough, don't cough. But this is just nice.
You can take a deep breath, and I tell you what, I stepped outside today. It did feel like fall, Kathy. It's a sign of things to come, of course.
Well, and you and I are both runners. We love to run, and that is something we have not been able to do outdoors, right?
Yeah, the cardio has felt much better in the recent days. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
All right, Kathy, we'll talk to you later. Thank you. Okay.